I'm done introducing people.
All right, hi everybody. We've been having several sessions with different people,
Young folks.
yes, and it has been a wonderful time because we've had a lot of new things, you know, and we've been talking about relationship, and we have two wonderful people right here with us right now, and just quickly would have a nice time
Let
with
me
you guys.
take it from Pastor Phil.
Yes.
Pastor Phil wants to come calm. Me, I'm not calm at all. I'm coming here to shoot my shot. And yes, and I've seen some legs that I want to shoot.
Sure.
So I'll start by introducing our guests. Ma, please, okay, speak pidgin. We want to introduce our guests. Ma, what will be your name?
Okay. I actually said I was going to speak pidgin, but it's not very difficult.
Very
to speak it.
difficult.
Anyways, my name is Promise.
Promise me something. Okay, sir, what's your
Okay.
name?
My name is Praise.
Praise, promise and praise.
Yeah.
Viewers in the house, chill that they see. We have promise and praise. I will promise you that I'll praise the Lord.
Oh my god.
Hallelujah.
Yes, and there's
Hallelujah.
someone on one side that is just looking at us. Yeah, one man. We will still bring him up, but nice having them. You know, while we were interviewing other people, they were down there. No, sorry, by the corner. They were just looking at us like, and then we say we'll get them for mind. And the topic that we'll still be discussing is the topic we've been discussing about, which is love, relationship, marriage, you know, around that circle. So we'll be asking Promise a very promising question about the promise that the guy promised her, that the promise is going to come to pass. The promise is promising. Yes, and the promise, oh my God, promise don't finish. The promise of a ring.
Oh, okay.
Okay, breathe.
Okay.
Let the promises breathe.
All right. So let's
Alright.
start from. Are you in a relationship currently?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How about you?
Yes, I am.
And if Praise had said, if he had said that he's not in a relationship, that's where you have issues. Praise. So have you ever seen anybody bearing praise that is not in a relationship?
Yeah, many.
Yes, they are.
I've not seen.
But she defended.
I've not seen.
Of course.
You feel my wrath. You feel my wrath. But all the same, you're welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy that you guys agreed to be on the podcast. So, Promise, I'm going to go straight to the point. What's your ideal picture of a relationship?
For Allah.
Eat too much.
I
Yeah,
do
stretch.
picture of a relationship.
Yeah.
Somebody I can always fight with. So that was
Fight with. You need a fighting husband.
Fighting
My key
husband.
Salah. Oh, my key never goes Salah. It's today.
yes. Okay. Jokingly, before I now get serious,
Okay.
someone that I can play with without feeling somehow. Someone that
Without feeling a type of way.
yes, someone I can gossip with.
Mm.
Because ladies will like gossiping.
Of course, I know. Yes.
Last, I talk soon. I'm going to ask you a question. But anyways, all right. So, but on a serious note, relationship should be. I don't want to sound the way everybody sounds, but I have a true meaning for this. The way
Okay.
God says you enjoy heaven on earth,
Okay. Wow.
there's actually supposed to be like a breeze.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
This is profound. Very profound.
Yes,
I love
that's
the
for
way
me.
you just slice the butter.
Oh my God. The bottom.
So for you,
Okay.
Praise, if you are to place a definition on relationship, what will your writing like Paul be to the church?
This is heavy.
Perfect person to ask.
So relationship, it's like it's a very broad term, right?
Yeah.
It has to be narrowed down to what kind of relationship are we talking about, right?
Mm.
Is it the relationship between a man and a woman? Is it the relationship between a man and a man?
Yeah,
Is
man
it
and
the-
the man.
Is it the relationship between? You understand?
Are you soliciting for
no,
Gabriel?
I don't. But at least now,
Gabriel.
you understand? But so, at least now you have to actually be very deliberate about the definition.
Of
So I will
Yes.
assume that the definition we are trying to prototype is the one that was communicated accurately in the scripture, which is
Yes.
the kind of relationship that leads to marriage.
We confirm your
meeting a
assumption.
man. Okay.
Mm.
You know, nowadays you have to be
mentioned
very
Paul.
sure.
Okay.
So, Paul.
Yeah.
The
So
Bible.
I'm not poor, right? So I
But
can't
you can
give.
Pauline.
If if I'm to look at relationship, right, I would copy what someone said, right? After the gift of course, maybe salvation, right? The greatest gift that God has given is the gift of fellowship or relationship that you call it.
Yeah.
Because human beings are very relational beings, right? We
Of
are
course.
meant to depend on each other of some sort
Mm.
for some things or whatsoever. In fact, there is no man, no matter how he wants to talk, that is a self-made man. He steps on other people. He has a relationship with some other people
Yes.
to be in a position that he is, whether it's kissing us or whatsoever it is, right?
Yeah.
So now to talk about relationships from maybe say a perspective that okay, relationship between a man and a woman, let's say going out and cutting, I will look at it that relationship is I don't want to use a very difficult term, but it's basically trying to build up something with someone, right? It's you trying to look into if you guys are on the same value system and trying to go in that light, right? Of the same value system. So that's just what I was saying. I don't think maybe I can't really give a dictionary definition to what
Yeah.
a relationship is, but
Because for everyone it's tailor made.
exactly. So it means something that may be different from. It may have it wants to have the same outcome. It's supposed to have the same outcome, but it has different meanings to different people.
Wow, this is one of the most profound responses I've gotten so far. I'm not saying that that of promise is not cutting edge,
Wine,
but this one is cutting center.
they always wine it. They always wine it. So yeah. Everybody will definitely be a better definition, but thank you.
Oh, no, not that I'm whining you, you're not steering. I'm just trying to,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, I can MC already now, but I'm not an MC. But okay, for the record, relationship is tailor-made and it's being driven by values. So what are the values that for you promise you consider to stand out, or what do they even, how do they use that word, that is prominent, the value systems that are prominent to you when selecting someone you want to get
More or
married
less
to?
a major to
Being
you.
that are major,
Foundational.
that are very foundational, that are very key.
Why are you nodding your head? Why are you doing
Yes,
this to me today?
it's because he has not had you speak in this light before. So
Maybe this is the first time.
Of
Yeah, I'm
course.
knowing. Maybe, yeah, so I can apply it to my life and be engaged.
Wow.
yes,
Wow.
so that the way she's
Interesting.
engaged, right? So that me too, I'll engage because I disengaged, but now I'm engaged.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That's nice.
that's nice.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Hope-
Okay. Hope.
Just speak.
Okay. Value systems, those things I consider major.
Yeah.
Someone that respects God.
Respect God.
Yes.
Wow.
That has reference for God. Because in this our generation, I don't now know, but we don't see God finish per se.
Wow.
I like the way you use pidgin take pass across this
I
message.
know vex. I know sabi English too much. Me I know vex.
No problem. We don't see God finish.
Yes.
Ba.
Yeah.
What a
So I like someone that has a very keen relationship with God
yeah.
first. At least God first.
God first.
God first. Then secondly, someone that would not someone that would not see me finish.
Me, I know go see you finish, sister.
So you, as far as I know that you cannot see God finish, then you
Yeah.
should not be able to see me finish.
So what do you mean of see you finish?
See finish.
Oh,
Meaning,
can you define
she
that?
don't. Yeah, let she give her own
It's a
definition.
very broad term. It could mean anything.
Yes,
to anyone.
yes.
I feel that should
You're
be for
right.
him, not for
No, you
general house.
you mentioned it, so I'm guessing you have a way someone can see you.
Yes. She has it, you know.
Like a definition.
Yeah.
To see you finish.
I know I can be very stubborn and
We
very
know. We all know. We all know.
I'm very, very somehow-ish. But someone that would respect me. Not like
And tolerate you.
you get it, right?
Because I know you are stubborn.
Yes, but you can scold me, but there's a way you scold with love,
Okay. Mm.
not like pa, no. But there are some things that you would do. So having a conversation with you at first will make me know that.
Wow.
Yes.
Trying to. So, while having a conversation with the person you are going out with, or you
Ask you.
intend to go out with, you try to unearth some
Yes.
hidden truths. If he's a wife beater.
Oh, well, it might not show like that though.
It
It
might
might
not
be
show.
someone for like 10 years and you would not know he's a wife beater.
Wow.
Yes.
This is coming from a lady. Are you speaking from experience or someone's experience?
Experience.
Kabo Yaba.
My God.
My key no salah.
Okay, but I don't want to get that on camera.
Wow.
But anyways, I want someone, that's why I said God
Wow.
first, then respect me and love me.
That's key. That's very key.
Love me.
The next person he knows what to answer. He knows that he's the next person to answer.
Okay, so please just answer.
Praise.
Okay.
And have sense, sorry. Have sense.
Have sense. What? Wait, okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
I want to say something.
Okay.
You know, we keep saying for all the people we've interviewed right now and in time past, if you ask them of an ideal relationship, most of them normally say God first. God must be the foundation.
It's too
But-
cliche.
Yes.
It's too cliche. So it's
So-
too cliche.
You know, at the long run, you now get to discover that these guys, man, God knows in the inside the factor for them. They just use it as the opening statement. It don't turn on.
So personally, I think sometimes why I say it could be cliche is because the person that is looking for God fearing is the person God fearing. Okay?
Yes.
You understand?
God,
So
yeah.
the idea is maybe someone is expecting what he doesn't have so that you can accommodate it. Now I'm not saying it's for everybody, right? Well, it's just like I know I'm bad at this. I know that this person, because he's God fearing, he will not behave in such a way. So it's better for me than for me to say, okay, I'm looking for this kind of person.
Yeah.
But that is just on the broader spectrum, right? I'm trying to say that even people that are not godly will say they are looking for a God fearing person.
Yes.
Yeah, so that just gives you a hint.
Wow.
Okay, so for you, what's now your
This guy is
the
well read.
parameters?
Good. That's
And the
a
way
good
he's
problem.
he's speaking very smart.
Okay, let me narrow it down to you are currently in a relationship.
Yeah.
What were the things that ticked right for you before you?
Okay, so personally, I think I try as much as possible to be very frank with myself. The only person you cannot deceive is yourself, and I believe that looking inherently, of course, leave the spiritual aspect aside. I believe that the Holy Spirit is the person that can tell you your true form. He knows what you are capable of doing, right? So he knows your true self, and he exposes those things to you. So sometimes I could tell you that, of course, the love of God that constraineth you, right? So I know that there are a lot of things that stop in the mind that is the Holy Spirit that just. Okay, so that aside, I think that personally, what I look for in a woman,
Is
the first thing
and
is
the way-
not even God
The
fearing.
way they shake the
Yeah,
eyes, man.
is-
the body,
Is
Tell me that. Mama, you're bad.
it's mainly intellectual, right? Actually.
Intellectual.
So
Sound
funny.
like it.
Yeah. So the problem is, now this is a very funny thing, right? I think no matter how fine you are, so there are some things that appeal to other guys, and it's okay. Probably you are looking for the bust, you are looking for the bomb, right?
The bomb.
Yeah, you get. But those things personally,
The way she's covering her face,
Madam,
I don't get
do
it.
the counts. Do the counts.
we are all adults now, so
Yes.
Breathe.
but I don't think it's bad for someone to say I'm physically attracted to
No,
you.
it's not.
You
So
must-
there has
it's
to be
not.
physical attraction.
Yes, there
Yes,
has to.
yes. You're on the track.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
So
now.
You're-
personally for me, I knew that those things cannot sustain me, right? But I just discovered that if I have someone that I can hold a conversation with generally. So what that means is I normally say this most times. I say it to her, I say it to everybody that I meet that. For a lady, just imagine I come back from a stressful day at work and you just come home and you are trying to tell your wife that okay, this is what you are facing, maybe some challenges you are facing at home. And she's just like, see Bollywood, do she can't contribute meaningfully. There's no music, so you've brought out a problem, and the only response she can say is, see Kujompi or see this, because
Kojo P.
I don't
So
know where.
You know this
I don't.
things, bro.
I heard. Funny that I don't. So I'm not like. So there is nothing they can bring to the table that is intellectual, right? They can't contribute to any conversation. So you just discover that someone in that status becomes irritated. She can have all the physical attributes that you want in a woman, but because the stuff that could sustain a marriage, which are those values,
Yeah.
because values are intrinsic, right? It's not something you see. And there's a lot of limitation to things that are extrinsic, right? Things that you can see, you can feel, you can touch, right? But the things that you place more value, the more weightier things, are things that you do not see. And that is generally, that's speaking across, right? Yeah, across. But things that you cannot necessarily feel or touch are those things that have more value. So you just discover that the man is looking outside and the woman is like, what don't I have?
You don't have sense.
Exactly, but the fundamental problem is that
My God.
you leave the average woman
too
or
much.
the average housewife with your child, and she can't solve basic quantitative reasoning. So you come back.
Wow.
Tired.
Wow.
You come back and you are still trying to solve those children's like this, or you are looking for a lesson teacher because you are. So those things, I think they tell on the long run. So I knew basically for me, right? And funnily, right? I'm just going to end here. I feel like you don't have to know.
Just keep shooting.
No, you don't have to know everything, right?
Yeah.
In fact, ignorance is something that would always be. It's what intertwines us, is what keeps us, right?
Yeah.
So you see, it's okay for me to be ignorant about shooting a gun, right? I shouldn't know how to shoot a gun because I wasn't taught. I'm not in that line.
Yeah.
It's okay for me not to know how to use the injection, right? But the stuff I do, I should be knowledgeable about. But one thing that is common is that I would quote my brother is that intelligent people always ask questions. So if you do not understand something, there's a way someone can bring up something new, and you are just interested. Intelligent people want to have an interest. Just have a little bit of knowledge in something, and you can just ask the question. I don't expect you to be knowledgeable in my field.
I don't expect you to be perfect.
Exactly.
Or professional.
But the
Just know the
interest,
basics.
interest that you are trying to talk about. Oh, okay. This is a table. This is what we use it for. And someone is not trying to, because they don't even have any meaningful thing to contribute to the conversation. They are throwing something that is off point, trying to shift your attention. So that's just it. So basically, for me, it's hold and intelligent. That would be the first before we even go and check with God and know a new value system. Are you an intelligent person like that?
But funny enough, what he just said, I think on the wider board, right? Guys will get sense. That's the first thing they check. Because I will not lie. That's the first thing I'll check. And most times I get to discover that most ladies, they seem as if they have sense on the surface level. But when you scratch, bro, you won't find gold. What you find is dust, man. Sorry, I did. If you have sense,
My
you
God.
understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, so in advocacy to the ladies, so it overlaps.
It overlaps.
Yes, there are guys too that they throw you off board. Their value
Yes.
system.
So you just, after having just minor conversations, you just discover that you just start resenting that person because you know that the life of your children is at stake. Your own life is at stake. And none, it doesn't even necessarily mean if this person is schooled or not, because I think education is not about schooling. It's not about the conventional schooling. Education is about assimilating the knowledge that are trapped in your environment and being able to pass on what you know to someone else, being able to interact very well with your environment and the people that are in your environment. When speaking with these people, they don't have any substance to give to me. So you always be the one depositing, but there's nothing coming back. And it's bad for a man, especially for a man, when you are giving in something and you are not seeing the ROI, return on investment. Because a man is a builder. If he's building, he wants to see growth.
Yes.
A man is a builder. A woman knows how to keep. A woman knows how to organize. A man
Nurture.
knows how to nurture. It means that if I sow as a man, you are supposed to nurture what I sow. Then what I get as response is growth. So if I keep putting into you and I'm not getting any growth in return as an ROI, I think I will conclude that you're a no-go area. So if at all, for instance, promise is in a relationship and as she said, she's stubborn, she's this, she's that, what is that iconic thing that you are putting into a man's life that if you do any rubbish, but because of this thing, he will stay.
You go remember, no, this one.
It's not even about the man is still no God. No. See, let me think. When you get married, it's not God that will give you. It's not God that will give. I don't want to say
Don't say that thing you want to see. Don't say that thing you want to see.
No, please say
I don't break tables.
Please say.
But when you get married, God help you marry. No being go give you bed. Make it take. Lawrence, respect yourself. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. See,
make you take the waiting.
I start feeling that trap. That trap
Okay.
is. But the truth is, what is that thing you are going to bring into the man's life? Not the table, because the table is already broken.
What do you have to bring to the table?
No, the table don't break.
Don't
break
see
the
now,
table.
not too really. See, half.
See now.
Okay.
Yes. Because anytime they tell you now, what I bring to you now, we talk to you now be the table. I don't know when.
Nobody's table.
I don't know when I turn table.
Nobody's table.
To me, I'll be the hammer. So, but what are you bringing into the man's life that will complement him and bring stability into his life?
Okay.
Because I believe he will be hearing you now. All right.
I wish he does not hear, but he's hearing. So I don't know, but he can hear me, Sha. He can hear me right now. Okay, so what I feel or what I think that I don't know his mind. He'll be in the best position to answer this question. But personally, I would say I might not be as knowledgeable as he is.
Yeah.
But I feel like I fill up some empty spaces.
Wow.
A lot of empty spaces.
Okay. I fill up some empty spaces. Like
A lot of empty spaces.
there are some things that would need cautioning.
There are some things.
There are some things we're going to need cautioning. Like this is something that they do. Okay, so I feel like first I might be very stubborn, but
So I have to interrupt because I don't agree.
Okay, you don't agree.
No, she's not. So,
She's not.
So I
You
don't
are
know
a
why
brother.
she's repeating.
Are you a brother or the man?
You know, let me just say this.
Yes,
This guy is becoming tactical.
I think we need to clarify
There
this
was
now.
something.
Of course.
There was
Are you the
something.
brother or
There was
the man?
something that happened in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Oh, Bible.
Borrowing from what our father Abraham was asked. Sarah, Abimelech asked, "Is this your brother?
But he bought joke,
Is this your
sha.
sister?" He said, "It's his sister."
Oh,
But he
Is
bought
this
joke.
his sister? It's his sister. So when Abimelech went to carry the sister, he saw those things that happened.
yes.
That's all I can say.
That's all you can see.
I
Brother Charles.
brother. At least we even saw it till today. What's the name of this lady?
I don't know.
This singer now that
Mercy
called him
Chinwo.
Mercy Chinwo. It was
And
brother.
Pastor Blazed.
And
Okay,
brother.
so for you, brother.
So you are the brother.
No, I'm just stating the
But
facts.
that, you have
Yes.
Oh, great.
I just decided to
Okay,
use
you are,
it.
you are stating.
Oh, it is.
Me, I'm countrying.
I'm just saying,
Okay, so
Wow.
I beg, I know girl, and I know I'm stubborn, but I don't like wahala. This is my boyfriend.
Of course,
Yes.
now.
Okay.
They didn't.
It is clear.
Oh, God, tell me that shit. I thought.
The brother is here. This is the
This is the
brother.
brother now.
Okay, so I'm the
And we did
girlfriend.
not know. We are just knowing.
No, you know.
What kind of rubbish is this?
No, you know.
No, I didn't.
Abraham did
To be
it.
frank with you, I never did.
Who
But
am
I
I?
suspected when I looked into her eyes, I saw his eyes.
Hmm.
It was glowing with love, you know.
No, just
okay,
leave
I
the
want
glass.
Now you don't see the expression, but
Okay, so
before now, like sister, brother.
okay,
Boy,
so
it's nice.
yeah.
No, but I'm glad.
I'm glad,
I'm glad.
I'm glad.
Yes.
They have sense. I can say they have sense. So the first, okay.
Now I understand.
Okay, please explain the okay.
So when you
That was
had-
why he said,
Oh.
okay.
So you fill up empty spaces. Okay.
A lot of empty space. And that's why I said a lot of
A
empty space.
lot of empty spaces. You smiled when you spoke about a lot. Okay.
Wow.
Intellectual conversation first before we move on to God. So that's what that's one now. What's directed to somebody else.
I'm not fooled by
You're not. You're not fooled by the
by the
sight.
praying for long hours. No.
You know, Sabi pray.
No, she
Nine dey
prayed.
pray.
Wait, one thing I have noticed, she's very honest. Are you covering up for her?
He does that a lot.
He does that a lot. She's still being honest. You are being very reserved. You are trying to protect your walls. Don't forget that
Yes.
Jericho fell down flat.
This one is not falling anywhere.
It's not falling anywhere.
It's
It's not falling. No, it's not.
But I like the vibe. Man,
Yes,
I
yes.
like the vibe. And now, this will now make us generate
I thought it
more.
was 10 minutes.
This will now make us generate more hybrid questions because of the newly
No, it's not new.
The new discovery.
no, it's actually new.
Maintain this brother and sister
Yes.
Brother,
over
I should
Abraham,
maintain
over Abrahamic nature.
Abrahamic nature. Mikey, no Salah. But with the current discovery viewers, I know you support me in asking this question.
Okay.
What? Pastor Phil just got to. They don't want me.
No, you cannot.
They don't want me. They don't want me. Because although I'm trying to be very, very polite with my questions, and I don't want to ask very personal questions.
I think
Well,
they are personal, but
Yeah,
they're not.
don't.
Okay.
I said, ew.
Let me ask a question.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Like for how long have you been in a
in a
relationship?
relationship.
For how long?
No, I'm laughing because
Should answer.
the last person that asked me this question did not believe. But anyways, in a relationship,
Yes.
like I'll now go back to what you said. What kind of relationship?
Okay, how long were you guys friends? Then how long did it take for you guys to now make it official? Okay, I think we should get married or something of that nature. At
Okay,
what
so-
point did it become serious, and for how long was it unserious? It was just friendship. I think now you have a clear picture. of
Okay,
what
so I'll
I'm trying to
answer
say.
from the last question. You
Yes.
said.
Yes.
So I think we should get married. Question: the statement popped out by May, right? Statement popped out around
This-
February this year.
February this year.
Okay.
My
I
guy,
think we
chop
should
now.
get married. Not
Just chop now.
Man, this is the real man, man.
Man, indeed.
I don't understand.
Okay,
It's
then.
future tense.
Of course, now.
Yes.
Man, you
2,
see.
3, 4, 5 inside it.
Yeah,
No, sorry.
Hey,
Do you know? Do you know that there are a lot of guys that cannot take this step?
I'm too young.
One load of 500.
You are too young. No, you are
I'm
not.
just 20.
That was the lie.
You're
told me to
20.
when we met.
20.
That was always the lie about his age. But then secondly, you asked how long the relationship has been for.
Yeah.
Started October
Last year. Wow.
but we met 2022. But we departed 2023. We happened to serve in the same place. We served together.
Wow. Topaz love.
No, we're not
Okay.
friends.
Okay, you guys are not friends,
I
but
could
he
count
was.
how many things we said to each other.
Wow.
Wow.
He was a church boy,
And you.
and I was not a church girl.
That's
Why
not
are you
true.
becoming one?
No,
Wow.
Well, that's not true.
it's not about being a church person. You might be a church boy, church girl, and you don't know God.
Of course.
So
We are
I'm
coming
not-
for you, sir.
I'm not a church girl. I mean,
That's her perspective, though.
I mean, to those-
So you are.
Okay.
Wait, are you helping her to preserve the perspective?
No. So
Okay, tell me what you mean, Abeg.
their perspectives, right? And the great thing about will I say people is you can maintain your own perspective. I maintain my perspective. And
Yeah.
we are still as long as
So you think your belief system can hold everything together?
no, not really. Okay, so just to answer here, so yeah, we serve together.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
serve together. That's basically. But that time, should I say this?
don't say it.
Ah.
So,
Wow.
She
Okay.
No, he always comes up with this lie, and I'm sure you already told his friend that lie today too. Yeah, and his
So,
brother
but
is
this-
actually
No,
laughing.
but just
hearing
say
this.
the truth.
yeah, but basically, right, we served together, and that time I used to tease her. Funnily, I wasn't serious that time. I just teased her because she was holding a very good position. So I was like, my wife. I wasn't even.
Carbonamala.
It was, but you go into a prophet.
Prophet. He's not prophet, oh, prophet.
So funnily, I had forgotten that anything. I didn't say anything like that. I was
Wow.
having. In fact, I think I was in a talking stage when she eventually came to Ghana. So
I was doing cardinal, that's why I just came
she
to cardinal
came
last year.
for school.
Last year.
So she just
Come
stumbled.
to come person wife. Kanama.
She
Come
stumbled.
talk, I don't know.
So it's a long, but you see, so there's always this stuff that I also incline to. I always say that there is no one man for one woman. There's no
Yeah,
one
of
woman
course.
for one man. And the reason being that if, let's say, I decide not to work in the purpose, let's say this is who God is trying to say we have the same value system, and I decide that okay, no, is that material assure that I want to follow, right? God is not going to say, oh my son, I'm going to do it by force. And God will
Yeah.
not by an act of his own will stop her that is working in his purpose, not to see him. In fact, from eternity, God has already seen that defect and has
Yeah.
looked for a way because existing outside time, space, and matter. Right? He
Yeah.
can do all things. Right. But that also means that when I come to my senses and she has moved on, God had factored that error.
Error.
in creation
Yes.
and already made another provision
Provision for
me,
someone
right?
else.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I believe that God is just excellent, right? When you look at it from the God perspective,
She be like, no, my mom.
when you look at it, there are a lot of complex strands, and I always say this maybe
Complex
because
strands.
yeah, maybe
That's so
because I
English.
understand how complex time is, right? So I feel like there's a lot that has to do with, especially time when it comes to relationship and marriage.
Wow.
So yeah, I so that's just a little bit of how we met. So it wasn't planned.
It doesn't have to
wasn't-
be planned.
But I think God. So it's just like me looking at how I even went to serve in local job or places. I
Local
actually
job?
didn't want to serve. Yeah,
You didn't want to serve.
I didn't want to serve. I was like, what's the need for
Wow.
this?
But you now went
I
there
now
and
want to
got
serve.
served.
And nothing even happened at that period. It took another 2 years. It took another 2 years or so for something. But he just wanted you, probably your path to cross. Because it's that path crossing that probably later brought us back together.
Wow.
It's just that. So you know that it's not coincidence. It was
Okay.
well mapped out.
Okay.
There's
Okay,
one thing.
I think lastly,
Shoot.
let's
Lastly, from me,
lastly,
Thank you.
for the past how many months now? Let's see,
February.
March, April, May. Let's say 3 months. You have been properly in a relationship. So within these 3
No, they've
months
been
of
properly in a relationship since October 29th.
okay,
Since October.
okay,
Then now
okay.
they
So just
want to lock it.
maybe a short description of what are the challenges that you've had, because every relationship had or
It's a
have
must.
challenges.
Yeah.
Really
No
like to
look
go.
me, oh, no look
So
me.
what are the challenges that you faced through your
You don't know the
relationship?
challenges.
I don't know.
I
Is she
don't know
shy?
why.
She can say it now. Maybe there are even some things I don't know. That
Yes.
That's why I
challenges
don't
that-
want
Yes.
to say it.
No,
please
no,
say
no,
it.
no. It's for us to learn.
I want to.
And it's for also people who are watching you to
Yes.
also learn.
Yeah.
Because some people lie that they're in a relationship. We don't have issues. That's a red flag.
That's
Because it
a red
shows-
flag.
Either the two
Because-
parties are pretending or one
Yes.
person is pretending. If actually you are going into a marriage relationship, you guys have an agreement that you're going into a relationship that will end up in marriage, which must, if it's actually a right relationship, must end up in marriage. Then it means that you have to put all your cards on the table, meaning this is me. And if there is anything that you don't like or you find disgusting, tell me so I start working on it. I might not be able to take off all the bad cards, but I might be able to work on some of the major ones to reduce the risk of conflict when we are in marriage. Do you get? So if there's someone out there now listening to you and saying that, okay, my inheritance these guys want to talk, so that from these peers, I will select the one my guy they do, because not everybody is wise enough to be able to point out these things. The
Distinguish.
fact that you have sense, you guys have sense, does not mean that others have sense. And from the way you've spoken, I have detected, I've discerned that you're someone who is learned and you're someone who is well read or who has read wide.
That's a bold.
Yes,
Very
I can
good.
boldly say it.
Okay.
Then for her, it's not my place to say. I can't say. But you get, and the reason why I don't want to say is because you are the right person to say that.
Yeah, I can actually say.
Yes, so you have to say it.
Do you want to go first?
Please go first. Ladies
It
first.
has always been ladies first. Let him go now.
Okay,
Maybe
you
she's
should
shy.
go.
I want to
She's shy.
assume this, and I beg you, you have to say it so I can hear. I actually know what she'll point out as my flaw, right? It's not that I
Wow,
don't know.
that's good.
And that's
Yes. Yeah, so
that's a honest one, because the truth is, one major thing that actually affects relationships is people that are not sincere, people that are not honest, people that are not open to each other. Do you understand? And the truth is that men, when you actually are now married,
A lot of things will come up.
it will be reality.com.
Serious
Because,
reality does
like,
come.
for God's sake, you are waking up, you are sleeping, you are standing up, you are hungry. He goes into the toilet, you can go into the toilet and bump into him in the toilet. Like,
Yes.
do you
A lot of
understand?
things.
Everything is now open. Do you get? So you will not be helping yourself if you are actually hiding things, because by then it will be out in the open, and then your partner can see it.
And the funniest thing is, I'm not married yet, but he is married. But I can tell you for a fact, because I've had experiences in relationship, that some of the things you don't consider red flags will later become red flags when you get married. It's normal. So you'll be like, this thing if you make me vex. No, it can't make you angry in this setting. But in a marriage setting,
It will.
it's it's in fact
Emotions.
beyond. Yes. So you answer this, and you also answer the last question, which is, was your ethnicity ever a problem, or are you guys from the same ethnic background?
We're the same ethnic background, but I don't think I have a problem. Because why she's laughing is because probably my ethnicity, maybe they will even reject me if I go present myself for them. Because they don't know me, right? And I don't even know my village, right? If you tell me to go to my village now, I'm going again. So it's just like I'm a human being. I'm a Nigerian. That's the most important thing.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
You're from which state, sir?
I'm from Undo.
Undo.
Yeah,
That brother just did it, look me.
and that's my brother.
That's your brother, right?
That's my
I
brother.
can tell now. He's just praying for you. He's-
Okay, so the last question now. What were the challenges, or what are the challenges that you guys are facing in your relationship that you are currently working? Because every relationship is progressive. You know, those people will look out there and say, oh, these guys are having it right in their relationship. Is actually progressive.
I don't think so. Right. So there
Okay.
were some things we even discussed. I feel lightly. I'm not going to go into more
Of
details.
course,
right?
of course.
Yeah. But then I think one of the major points that I still emphasize, is getting better because she's quite teachable. And
Yeah.
Like I also
she's quite teachable.
I have my flaws, right? I would always say that. So,
Gogo man.
so one of the stuff is I think maybe that's why she's saying she's stubborn. I like my ladies, they need to be decisive and stubborn. So it means that it doesn't have to always go my way. Man is a free moral agent, right? Man should be able to be capable of making articulate decisions. So it means that if you've been taught that A plus B is equals to A, and you are sure that you can do A plus B and is equals to AB, you don't have to stick to the definition because maybe AB is even a more multiplier effect,
Yeah.
right? So the aspect is the aspect now is that maybe probably from the previous relationship, it's known that the man is the lion of the tribe of my house, right? So he's the almighty invincible. He wants to make every decision.
He's
He
the
wants to
almighty
touch it.
formula.
But I don't want that. I want you to be able to take decisions in my absence. That is a high point of, okay, you are intelligent enough.
High
And would
point
there be
of
mistakes?
responsibility.
Exactly. Would there be mistakes? Yes. In fact, if I say do it this way and you insist that this is the way you are going to do it, right, I should be able to accept the fact that this is the way you want to do it. And we both would, if it goes bad, we would rock it together. If it goes good, we just learned a new way that something could be done. It's not necessarily a bad thing. And I think in that place, I could be a little bit reclusive. So when I try to do that and I try to make this decision, I would come out with everything that is spoiled now, right? So she has to make that decision. I won't make those decisions for her. So when you ask the question, I say, what do you think, right? What do you? I want you to be vocal. I want you to
And
talk.
what do you think is actually one of the traits of a good leader?
Of course, being able to lead someone in the way that they can make their own decisions, even in your absence, that is proper leadership.
Yes.
That's what we do not see in our political offices today, right? So, to me, that maybe you should be a little bit challenging. Like I said, she's getting better, right?
Of course.
I know what my own problem too is, so you can shoot.
Just shoot.
Shoot.
But even though it's headshot, you take it.
I would pick it.
No.
No, please.
Yeah. So that we'll just call it a wrap.
Yes, please let him just talk.
No.
No, it has to be
It
you.
has to be
It
you.
has to come out from you. Like,
Are you?
Am I? Alright, so okay, I should not answer. Okay, I should not talk about what he said. I should just say my own. Alright, communication. Not like it doesn't communicate. It does. It's getting better. Like
yeah.
strongly. My man can face work. Just face system
I knew that was what she was going to say.
for 24 hours. It's not like the thought is not there. It is, but you know when you get easily distracted. Oh, I want to talk to this girl. and you just something just pops up on your system and you feel like, okay, I'll message her later, and you just stick to that system.
Come on.
And then there's a lady somewhere be like, okay, I've given you like 6 missed calls, and of course that has not happened before.
Of course.
It hasn't happened. But the point is, let me know what you are doing at your time so I don't get angry unnecessarily. Okay, I'm going to be in a meeting for 1 hour. I would know that from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. you're in a meeting. So I can as well call you 12:20. I'm trying to give you like 20 minutes to recess. Then so I don't just be in your face. Like after the meeting, you just finish talking, then you want to talk again. Like I would understand. Or if you cannot pick at that time, you can text. I'm in a meeting.
That's valid.
I'm in a meeting, I'll talk to you later. I'm not those girls that will be like, you must talk to me now. Myself, I dey busy. So if you dey busy, myself, I know say I no get work, but I'm busy. I'm busy.
That's a lie, but
What I'm just trying to say is communication is key for me. And not everybody knows how to communicate. So communication is not talking to me 24 hours. Communication is telling me being open and being transparent. Is that the word?
I'm transparent, but it's just that I could get busy. That's just where it happens. So
right communication.
So proper communication has been a bit of a challenge.
Yes, but it's getting very much better.
Please, it should. Because women are beings of attention. You know all these things, bro.
Yes,
they can choke you, bro.
It has helped because I'm very persistent. I would wait.
I see your muscle now.
Yes,
You pressed it. Yeah.
My God.
don't do that. Don't mention it.
All right, it has
you
been a
guys.
great time with you guys.
This
You
was
guys are awesome.
a
Yes.
10 minutes interview, and I don't know how many questions.
You guys are awesome. Like, I would say that all the interviews we had today was progressive, and this was the peak of it all.
Yes.
And this is the best. Truthfully, I can't lie. This is the best because we got to explore more questions. We got to dig in, or let me say, unearth some valuable treasures that you guys didn't want to give out at first. But thank God that it all came out, and I believe someone out there will be blessed. Thank you so much, guys. We really, really appreciate praise and promise. Yeah, we trust God that the Lord will shield your relationship.
Amen.
Help you guys grow both in understanding and in knowledge and in unity. Yeah. Trust God that you perfect your relationship and you have a very good marriage.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Viewers, thank you for sticking to your screen
Yeah.
and having this awesome
That's
moment
our
with
future.
us. Like and
Subscribe.
and comment. Put your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm sure we're going to have a subscribe from.
Yes,
Both of you.
Yes.
So please just check us
Definitely
out at East Twin Law on YouTube.
on YouTube.
At East Twin Law.
Is
On
it
YouTube.
Lore? Lore?
LAW.
Okay, Law. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
East Twin Law. Or on Facebook, East Twin TV.
Oh,
Yes.
we'll do that now.
Thank you.
yeah. That's nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.